So the question for today is your house an asset or a liability? So it's a good question. And most people, if you've gone through basic accounting at school, you know what net worth is. And so I think there's a disconnect between what an asset and a liability is. So we're going to answer that question today. Well, my name is Amy Westbrook, and I'm the Success Chemist. And by trade, I'm a money coach. And so I want to help people learn how to get real with their money so their money can help fuel their dreams. And I'm also the founder of the MONEYMOJO formula. And that is a live program that I teach where we have people not only get real about their money, we have them look at their money mindset and also look at the psychological and biological forces that are influencing your money decisions. And so some of it is definitely done at the subconscious, I guess you could say. But knowledge is key. So let's dive into today's topic. Now, a lot of people do consider a house an asset, right? You take how much you have, what the house is worth, minus how much you owe on it, and that's money that goes towards the plus side of your net worth. And so when you're looking at assets and liabilities, that's definitely a traditional way to look at it. However, and I'm borrowing this from Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the Rich Dad, Poor Dad books, but when I read this, it was really eye-opening for me. And he actually says that a house is a liability. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I was like, I disagree. But once I read what he was writing, I said, God, you know what? That totally makes sense. And his point is that if you're basically, your house is costing you money, right? Every single month, you're writing a check. Your house isn't making you money. It's not until you sell your home that you realize, hopefully, the value of having that home over time. And so that's what's interesting is until you sell the home, it's not really an asset because you don't really have that money in hand. And a lot of people talk about, well, I'll just sell my house if I need the money. Well, good luck with that, right? I mean, hopefully it sells quickly, but what if it takes 30 days before somebody really makes an offer on it? And then it takes usually at least another 30 to 60 days to close in a more traditional type closing if it's not a cash closing. And so if you think about it, you're looking at 60, 90 days out before you can sell it. So really, a house is not a liquid investment. It's not a quick investment or a quick return to get the money out of it. There's nothing really quick about that. And so that's just something to think about. That A, it's not liquid, and B, it is actually technically costing you every single month. And so in that case, it really does look more like an expense, and it's more like a liability. And so the other way to think about that is what happens if you don't pay your mortgage? Well, they'll come and take your home away, and you really don't have anything to show for it. And so that's Robert Kiyosaki's point is we have an overinflated sense of our worth, of our net worth when we're adding up what our home is worth. But at the end of the day, if we lost our job and we couldn't pay for that home, that would be taken away from us, and it's no longer in the asset column. And so I think the whole point is just to be cautious when we are looking at our income, so what's coming in, and also our expenses, what's going out, relative to our assets. Our assets can make us feel rich, but we're not always rich just because of, like I say, some of our possessions. And so that theory is talked about in the Robert Kiyosaki book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He also talks about it in the Cash Flow Quadrant. Those are some of my favorite books. If you haven't read some of his work, I would highly recommend it. And it's interesting because it sort of balances out on the other side. If you read stuff by Susie Orman, or if you read stuff by Dave Ramsey, they're going to tell you have no debt. They're definitely prescribed to one end of the continuum. Kiyosaki's kind of on the other end. You'll probably have to find your happy medium, But if you can read the work of somebody that at least gets you thinking in a different way about your money, it can help you. Because how many people lost their homes between 2007 and 2009 that would have told you in 2006 that their home is an asset, right? And so just something to be very cautious about when you're calculating like what you have and what you can afford, and how your possessions are going to play into your future. Sometimes we have to worry about the now. So that's my tip for today. And if you'd like more information like this, you can go to amywestbrook.com, or if you'd like to get connected with me, and I send out a sometimes weekly, bi-weekly newsletter that is going out to everybody. And that's, let's see, how do you get to that? That's the Money Mojo. So text Money Mojo, MONEYMOJO, Money Mojo to 44222. So there you have it for today. Let me know your thoughts. Is this something that you had already considered, or is this new for you? Thanks.